taking the time out of your opportunity to come visit with some guys that just want to make the business different, right? So thank you for that. Give you a quick background of myself. I'm Quentin Ballard. I go by Q. And in this business, she wanted something that's going to stick with someone and is going to keep your name in front of somebody. That's most important in this business. So, Q Ballard in Minnesota by the way of New Orleans, straight from the South. Came here with a very, very aggressive tenacity to want to do real well. All right, I had a hustler mentality. I had a competitive mentality, and also was in the sports. I went to University of St. Thomas in St. Paul, so they didn't offer scholarships at that time. All right, so I was book smart, so I knew both sides of it. So that was most important. But I had to get out of New Orleans. I had to get out of the South, because it's two ways you're in the South. You go left, you go all the way left, right? You go right, you got an opportunity, you got a chance. And that was one of the things my mother said, take advantage of the opportunity. And I never even heard of Minnesota, right? That was one of the things I knew it was cold, but to me, I didn't care about that. I was looking at opportunity, where can I take myself? How could I build a brand that was big coming from down south, right? And went to school, 4 years, played sports, an opportunity to go to the next level, to play it in the professional level, but they wanted me to go in Canadian League. I got book smart. They didn't have insurance, so that'd be crazy to walk that way, get hurt, and now you're pretty much out. So I continued my education. I have a business degree, and I also have a sociology, psychology degree. So I want to play both sides, right? Got into sales. Buddy of mine by the name of Glenn Brantley, another super mentor in this business. I was introduced to him from a friend of mine, and we had a project for Turo company. That was my business project. Turo company. Guy said, "Man, I just like your tenacity. You're just creative. You're hungry. I need to introduce you to Glenn Brantley." Went over to Glenn. Glenn was working at Mitsubishi at the time. Came over there, said, "Man, you know," because he was from Texas too, so something about Southern guys, we get together, we start chopping it up, we start talking like, "Man, what brought you here?" I said, "You know what? Faith brought me to this place. And I'm gonna take it from there." So we got in the business and gave him a job, gave him an opportunity. I said, "Man, you're not gonna ever forget or regret giving me an opportunity." Started at Mitsubishi, right? It was unheard of. Everybody, because I like to, if you're gonna be in this business, either be the best or not even be in it at all. That's the mentality you have to have as a competitor. So he told me, "I want to know, who's your best guy?" Went to him like, "What are you doing? What things that you're not doing that'll take yourself to the next level? That's what I want to be." So I mirrored this guy. So I said, "What is he doing? What is he doing differently than everybody else is doing?" He studied the game. Right? The thing about sales, you always have to have a niche at what you do. Gotta always one up the next person. So he had the knowledge of the product. He was a product knowledge guy. I could give you circumference, give you the whole entire car, but he didn't have no pizzazz. You gotta have a style. You gotta have some fun with this. He was just straight by the book. Oh, bookworm guy. Not that. I mean, fair as we talk, we having a good time. To me, I had schooling. So what I had on him is education, marketing, accounting. I had all these different aspects of the business that he didn't have. So I put it together. I always did what the next person didn't want to do. Sales is, you want to be average? You don't have to stay extra hours. You don't have to do that. They have salesmen, they have average, and a professional. Which one you want to be? said, I want to be a professional. You got to do everything that people not doing to take over this business. I went to we call it, not the phone book, but I went to all these different magazines that was out there that top accounting, top lawyer, top everything, right? I'm marketing to them. I don't care about the salesmen, what they're doing. I'm marketing to them. To get to the best, you have to get in there. You got to get in that party, all right? So that's what I did in Mitsubishi, where I was competing against dealerships, not salespeople. 25, 30 cars a month, right? It wasn't about the money. I know how to make money, but it was around how you could conquer sales. Did all I did, at every level. When you're in sales, you're gonna either be competitive or you'll get complacent, right? When you feel yourself hit that peak, it's time to go. Because you ain't gonna do nothing but get with the rest of the crew, they ain't doing nothing but talking to themselves. They ain't selling you, they can't, they're not buying against each other. So, went to Lexus. This is when the ball started, right? This is a whole different level of client. So that client is professional, smart, and affluent. So now I have to study a different client. So that client was basically saying, it's a different way you market to these guys, right? Again, went right to the best. What are you doing? You laid it out. They're doing this, this, and this. Guess what? Same guy, same professional, didn't have a style. It was a bookworm. You gotta do them just by finesse. I'm gonna work you. Like everybody else have 9 to 5s. My job was when my eyes open, when my eyes closed. I stay working to this day. Ain't no shutdown for me, right? So look at him. I saw them sitting. It's like saying it's not about the money. They had plaques on the wall, right? Top salesman here, top salesman. I like hardware. I'm a ball player, right? So we competitive. That hardware, that shit don't, that doesn't, it doesn't rust, it doesn't get old, but it's something to look at because it's an accomplishment, right? So I'm looking at, okay, that's what I gotta go after, huh? No problem. Went in there, told the guy, I appreciate you keeping my seat warm. I'm gonna take it from here, right? If you're gonna do this, you do it all the way, go all the way in, right? This arrogant prick coming there. Like, it's not that, man. I just know my hustle, my tenacity, and my mind smarts. I'm gonna do you big where you ain't even gonna be in the business, right? This dude was averaging 15 or 20 Lexuses a month. That is huge in this business. And we talking about vehicles where you averaging $750 to $1,000 a car? Man, come on. I'm looking at, okay, I'm doing the dollars, but I'm like, they got more room. What is he not doing, right? So the difference what I did that he wasn't doing, he's a 9 to 5, I'm not, right? So again, I went in that book, best accountant, best lawyer, top dentist, top physician. That's who I advertised to. I went to the next level where I attacked corporate world, whole different ball game, right? Corporate world, it's like residual to me, residual income, where it's keep coming, right? Keep coming and keep coming, and you ain't doing nothing. But you got to set the seed how you present it, right? So I always, if you go to the top, you sell a top person, it trickles down real quick, right? So I'm in St. Paul, 3M, Atlanta Lakes, St. Jude Medical. You had, there's 2 other companies. It's like cold calling me. I put together a letter. I would really like to give you guys an opportunity to create a fleet deal to your company. That's as simple as it is. This ain't no scientist. It's something simple as that. Like, I wanted to present you guys with an opportunity to buy our cars at a fleet price. Nobody attacked that, right? Nothing. Hit nothing. One phone call I got. Hey Q, I really appreciate you reaching out to me. Yeah, I've been traveling. I see your letter. No one never went after that market. When can we meet? The CEO of 3M. Like, this guy don't have to take a phone call. He don't have to take a letter. He don't have to take anything from a reconsidered thing, paying attention to us. He took that letter and called me. And it was like, that day took off for me at Lexus. Because if you can, remember, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's paying attention to you. Because you're doing something that the next person won't do that's gonna set yourself aside to the next level, right? Now I'm in. I'm getting 15, 20 calls a day from 3M. I started averaging 30 cars a month just by redirecting my marketing, right? They look at me, oh, this fast talker, always had to drive, I can drive now, right? So I had that, but I wanted to know both sides. They got the street world and that corporate world. All of it's green to me. I don't care. I take dollars, pennies, cents, whatever. The shit add up quick, right? So I attacked that world. Didn't know the CEO of 3M was best friends with the guy from Lano Lakes. Got that phone call. Q, I talked to Ron Matricari and a couple other guys. Can you do that for my company? Now it's really taking off. So that's the level I did. And Lexus always had, remember that hardware you go after, Lexus always had top salesmen, and they take the trip to all over the world. So you get some of this knowledge too, boss. Okay. So I looked at that hardware and it said the top guy in the Midwest, they give you 10 G's and you travel and get to meet with the best in the country. Again, hardware, come on now. Again, hardware that I was looking after, we sat down and looked at it probably like, I want to get to this level. I just want to sell and turn over within the state. I want to go national, right? They showed me how to do it. Took that level, started selling 35 to 40 cars a month. That was unheard of in the business. And it wasn't about the money. It was all about maintaining that level where you always have to keep yourself marketable, all right? He could attest to this. I accomplished everything at the Lexus level. Ranked nationally, the Lexus, they go that peak again. You hit that peak, either you're gonna get complacent, and go fit on the cone with the other guys, or you wanna take yourself to the next level, all right? I went visit, and he talked about it in his podcast, Natasha George, a very good friend of mine in the business. I just was going over to say hello. Walked over there, talked to her. She said, Q, I got somebody for you to meet. Lo and behold, I'm still being myself. Came over there dressed because I was about to go to work. She said, Q, I just want to introduce somebody. It was Ellen. Ellen was the co-owner of the Bentley Maserati store, right? So we just talking, it's like, gee, I gotta get to work. I gotta make some money. So she was like, Q, I don't know what you did, but you left an impression on this lady. And she said, if you're interested, would you mind taking an opportunity to come run the Bentley store? Now I look at it, prestige, affluent, 1%ers. You get at the 1%ers, you conquer everything. This ain't no average Joe, this is decision makers, right? Decision makers, that's a big difference. This ain't executive, this is decision makers where they want it, they buy it, they move on. Right? They have this, well, let me go home and talk to this such. No. They said, write the check and be done. I told my owner at Lexus, I said, you run a really great organization. He just had 2 dealerships in town. It was Lexus of Maplewood, Lexus Wyzetta. He had such a good ship, nobody left. So they had no opportunity for growth within the company. I'm like, man, I would love to stay here, but there's no room, nobody leaves. You're like, you? I really appreciate what you've done for the company. You made the company a lot of money, but if you want to take off to the next level, I give you all the graces, do what you have to do. And I told the GM what I was thinking about, and he was like, man, you're making a lot of money. What's wrong? I'm like, it's not about the money, man. It's about taking yourself to the next level, and it's free. It's just talking to people. It's all about relationships. When you talk to folks, they don't have nothing to do about the race, the color, your style, none of that. If you know how to talk to people, you know how to relate, you can hold a conversation, that is so much worth way more than money. Because nowadays, in this crazy world, it's all who you know. All who you know. Right? You could be sitting, going out, you never know, you could be at the grocery store, you interact with somebody, the next thing you know, hey, by the way, this is what I do for a living. I really appreciate it, being interactive. Come see me. That's how easy opportunity come to people that you never know. That's why I say I'm always working, because you never know who's talking, who you're talking to on the other side of this. Don't get me wrong, I clown around a lot. When it's business, right? I'm always working, because you never know that jackpot is on the line, then I'm done. I'm gonna put in some good time to this business, because I enjoy it. It's not work to me, because when you go to a place every day, have fun, and it's not worthy work, you're not working, that's a profession. That's so important in this business where you want to be in a business where you're having fun, meeting people, in the end, you're making some coins, right? If you put that formula together, I guarantee you would do really, really well in whatever business that you're in. Don't look at a job, a means, money-wise, because you could be making a lot of money and happy as hell, right? A lot of people in businesses, they're making a lot of money, but they're not having fun. That's the thing where longevity, when you interacting with people and you're having fun, that's longevity in this business, whatever business you're in. Because number one, you never know who you're meeting. Number two, you're excited. Excitement is a big thing when you're going to work. Nowadays, nobody excited to go to the next room. I gotta get excited about that, right? Virtue, everything is, the business completely changed, but you have to go with the business. If that's where it's going, guess what? Figure out a different way to be better than the next person in whatever business that you're in. Right now, I'm at the Jaguar Land Rover store, nothing but fun, right? I took the competitiveness, salesmanship out of me, and I'm in the manager position, right? So I look at it as my competitors, not salespeople no more, it's dealerships, right? So if you want to stay competitive, always go to the next level, who you're competing with. It's been since COVID, 3-4 months, it'd be 3-4 months consecutive, #1 Jaguar and Land Rover in the Midwest.
Yes, sir.
Go get it, right? I would go get it. That part of it, that's that hardware. So what you go after the hardware, guess what? The money's gonna come. It's gonna come. So that part, guys, like I said, I'm one of the long-winded guys. It's just one of the things. When I have an opportunity to speak to people, I don't speak for them. What I say costs money, right? So I just don't talk to people. I'm serious.
I feel you.
I don't talk for free. Ask all my clients. So when I talk to you, if you're listening, I don't touch all of you. I touch one person. My job is done, right? Because and trust me, I run with all of them. street guys, professionals, kids, everyone, right? I don't discriminate when I talk to people because you never know who that person might take you to a whole other the next level. So whatever business you're in, find that competitiveness to put yourself to that next level, right? It's not money. Don't grab the money. That's short term. Because money, you get that, and then what's next? You're unhappy. Find some hardware, right? And the thing is, what my mentor told me, that's so important, you always have to have mentors that bounce something off that you're not paying attention to that might can set you back a few times. Always have somebody to talk to in whatever business that you achieve, because number one, it's called experience. They will tell you something that you didn't even think of, that will say, you know what, that's gonna keep me going, right? My mentor had two titans, Glenn Brantley, Matt Canaan. Matt Canaan, bless his heart, he just passed away probably about 4 months ago. He recruited me from day one when I was at Mitsubishi. I was at Metro, which is in Bloomington. He was at Wayzata, right? This dude always like, man, he kept showing me all the accolades I was getting. He's like, man, come work for me. I ain't working for you, man. It's the same damn level. What am I gonna go to Mitsubishi for, man? Like I said, I don't go backwards. I'm going here, right? Like, you gonna like this one. This dude recruited me every year to come to Wayzata. Every year, I told him no, right? This dude said, Q, please come see me. I got a new job opportunity. Okay. Where is it? Maplewood. Maplewood? Oh, man. Maplewood? I'm in Bloomington, man. That's a drive, right? Q, just come see me. He didn't tell me where it was at. He didn't give me nothing but an address, right? I drove from Bloomington to Maplewood, and Maplewood have a strip of cars. Volvo, Mercedes, what else was there? Nissan, yeah, Volvo, they had all of these on there, right?
Toyota across the street?
Yeah, that Maplewood. So I'm driving, I'm going store to store, because he gave me an address. I'm like, man, this ain't it. So keep driving, man. That's not it. I drive, because it was a roundabout, so I drive in a circle, right? And I looked at this address, Street 1000 Highway 61. I know it took by my heart. It was Lexus. Man, did my heart light up for Lexus, because I thought that was the next brand that was right on the brim of going to the next level if you get in early. Maybe it was a store that was brand new. It was small, right? They had a few players that was there, but then what it was doing, but it was an opportunity. I always like to go to places where I figured out, I conquered, and I take myself to the next level, all right? So I pull up. Oh, this is nice. Come to the front desk. Oh, you must be Q. How you know? We've been waiting for you. I walked in, they had a desk with my name on it, right? So now he know how to get me, like, here's your spot. And sure enough, I turned a shopper into a buyer. And what I mean by that, I wasn't looking. But he convinced me that I need to go somewhere else, right? Because I peaked that was during the time I peaked at Mitsubishi, and I wanted something new. And that's how I got to Lexus. The difference between Mitsubishi and Lexus, quality was different, but it was more, that's what my mentor said, now it's about relationships. That's it. When you're selling, it's product knowledge. People don't look on the hoods no more, right? I don't think I've opened a hood in 10, 15 years. People don't buy hoods no more. You know, they don't buy, all these cars are nice, right? The difference was, he said, Q, you sell one, you sell them all. That's what the relationship was. So when I was selling, right, remember, my background was psychology. I'm trying to figure you out real quick. So when I was there at Lexus, I was trying to figure out how can I get to the best. And I went to that book, I did that, but also I gave out so many business cards. They was like, what are you, just eating these damn cards? Why you need thousands of business cards? Let me show you the difference what I did that nobody was thinking at that time. There's a circle, right? Most people be out here starting out here with sales. Wrong. You start in this middle, and watch how this circle works. Family, friends. Let me see what else we have. Business ventures, right? As you get way out here, guess what? You don't have to work no more. They're doing everything for you. Most people start out here trying to market to people that they don't know, right? And then they hit the family. It's crazy. Start here, let that circle build for you, and now, next thing you know, you out here and you ain't doing nothing. That's called residual, right? So, another thing, cars. You don't have them, you fool not to have them. I don't need them now, but I still have them. That's the process that I have in my head that day one, I'm always be a salesman, right? So what I did, I changed the way I did business, right? If you want to be a salesperson, a good salesperson, change the way you do business. I changed my dentist. Whoever bought a car for me, I did business with them. Dentists, grocery stores, clothing, everybody. Because I was big in clothes. So whoever did business with me, I did business with them. That's the relationship that you have. And guess what? Now they want to refer other people to you because you're repaying them, right? That's the formula of sales right there. Thank you, guys.
Got time for a couple questions?
Absolutely. Yeah, give it to me, man.
Guys, hit them with questions. I'm not gonna see them again.
Hey, trust me. Give it to me, man. I want you to be where something that you're thinking, right, that might help. I give out nuggets, right? It's a little tidbits that I'll give you that might help you. You can put in your own words. But that's what I do. That's what I tell my salespeople every day. You're gonna learn a lot, but I'm gonna give you nuggets. And the nuggets gonna help you progress in whatever you're doing. So please, questions, it could be about cars, I don't care what it's about, but I'm willing to help out. So yeah, give me some questions, man.
I don't have any questions, but I do want to say thank you. I feel like that was a nice bit of information to help us as we transition.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And Jim knows where I give back. I grew up from a single parent household, right? I had a mother that was super dedicated of taking care of her kids. And the biggest thing for me was she worked for a predominant white family in New Orleans, right? Sent me to private school throughout my entire career. And in grade school, I went to St. Augustine High School in New Orleans, one of the top schools in the Midwest, right? Then I went to St. Thomas, another Catholic school, or private university. But my biggest thing is I wanted to always give back. I can enrich you with some money, right? But I'd rather enrich you with knowledge and the experience that I have, and I know you could turn into whatever you want to turn it into. So that was big to me. Where my mom said, if you ever have an opportunity to give back, please do, son. Please do. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do that. I used to talk to it's over here. What's the place where they deal with the recovery? Turning Point. Yeah. Rock that place. We was in there singing. It was one of the things where you know what I mean? Because once you get going and you can relate, you don't have to be a lot that I'm talking about. You relate to one thing, that'll touch you. You say, man, look, it's time. Let me get myself together. This young man, and like, I grew up now. This is the biggest thing. I grew up around a lot of older, wise men. That was my thing. I couldn't hang out. My mindset was too smart for these young cats out here. So I always hung out with older guys. I'm in the barroom, right? I'm playing dice. I'm doing all this because I couldn't learn from my peers. Their mindset wasn't there. They was thinking this. I'm way up here. My favorite saying? I got a giraffe conversation, you're a turtle listening.
Mm.
So my mindset is up here. I can come down there. That's a waste of my time. But I always have to keep myself up here because I can always come down. But always keep your mind sharp and deal with experienced folks. That's what the mentorship is. It's all experience. They're gonna give you stuff that you never thought of to run it by them. So what question you got, Jim? Give me something, baby.
I got a cute story for you. So when Q was over at Bentley, I was over there also. I was a finance manager. And so, they bring these deals, $300,000 loans, got to set up. And I'd be like, man, Q, the bank, they don't know if they want to give this person $300,000 or whatever. And then I just go down the list, bing, bing, bing. They see this, Q said, stop right now. Where do we need to be?
Yep. Give it to me.
I say, they need $40,000 down. Thank you. See you.
Done.
Show back up. There you go.
Mm.
Just like that. Am I lying?
Yeah,
Huh? Am I lying? Just like that.
You can make decisions for people, right? Don't be afraid in any business that you're in. Don't be afraid to present numbers to somebody. That's not your decision to make, right? So you present it, you never know. That might be that person that just got paid the day before and saying, I'm gonna treat myself, right? You talking about another funnier from that. My first week at Bentley, I'm presenting numbers. I'm used to presenting 1,000, 2,000 max on lease payments, right? Guy gave me the numbers. Guy came on the day before Christmas, right? Right before we closed, he's like, man, I need a gift from my wife. He said, I want a lease. That's the car right there. Give me some numbers. No problem. So I got the numbers. We did the 36-month lease. Because when the more exotic you get, the less miles they give you per year. It's like 3,000 miles per year, right? 50,000 out of pocket. The payments was $7,500 a month, right? Now I'm going in. That's my first. God damn, I'm used to presenting. So sir, you want to take this home? You want to take this car home today? This is what you're going to take. I presented it to him. I backed up and shut up. This dude said, "Have it ready at 4." Man almost fell out the chair. $7,500 a month that he don't own, plus 50 grand. That's when I knew there's gonna be some fun. This is gonna be some fun presenting them type of numbers. Now you're dealing with the best of the best. And I'm not kidding. Super pricks. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The more they make money, the